danger. Somebody came to sell one land close to us to General Husseini. And when General Husseini came to the location, he asked them, "Is that not this ministry?" They said, "Yes." He said, "Sorry, I cannot buy this land." The owners of the land said, "Why?" He said, "I will buy it tomorrow. Those people are going to start claiming it." Because when you are neighbor to church, church is always expanding. And when it expands, you lose your property. Because when they come to bargain with you, they will tell you, na church, let the price be correct. And so Jeremiah said he refused to buy that land because he was afraid that church will expand. I want to announce to you today that you are going to expand. I know that this church is 62 years. I'm older than you, so I'm telling you now, you will expand. I'm older than New Estate Baptist Church. So New Estate Baptist Church, you can take my prophecy. You are going to expand. Because you are into discipleship, believe me, you will expand. But we must go beyond discipleship Bible study. Because there is relational discipleship and there is discipleship Bible study. Most of the discipleship I know are discipleship Bible study, which is okay. We start from somewhere. But we should not be contented with mile 1. Let's take it to mile 7. And I pray for New Estate Discipleship Program that it will move from mile 1 to mile 7. And that you will reap from the benefits. What do we mean by relational? Simply put, it is discipleship that is done through relationship. The important thing is not the Bible study. The important thing is the relationship. When we do the main training that I talked about yesterday, the most common thing you will keep hearing from our facilitators is that discipleship is not a study material. Discipleship is not about studying one book and knowing what the author wanted to communicate. You will get knowledge. But you see, what is troubling the church today is that the church is an impersonal church. The church is a formal church. The church does not understand human beings. It understands program. So when you come like this, we want to do our program quickly and finish and send you home. I know one of my friends whose church does 7 services every Sunday. Every service is 1 hour. Correct. Microwave service. 1 hour. You come in, they're singing, prayer, preaching, before you know it, and the next thing, I say this church should be called Roro Church. Just in a hurry to finish it, send people out. And at the end of the day, you become a number in the congregation. Nobody really knows you. You connect to nobody. So the church belongs to nobody. I'm looking for a church like the one that Jesus built. The church that knew the house of Peter. It knew the house of John. It knew the mother of John. It knew the brothers of James. The church that knows when my rent has expired and I'm struggling to pay the rent. And I need brethren to pray along with me. Not that I need donation. I just need brethren to pray along with me and be in pain along with me. I need a church that will understand when I'm hungry. Because if I'm hungry and I steal, they will lock me up and I cannot be a church member. I need a church that will understand when the finances in my pocket have expired and I need somebody to support me in prayer, not to donate money to me. I need a church that will understand when my wife or my husband is biting me and I'm crying and nobody can hear my voice. I need a church that will understand me when I am sick and there's nobody to take me to the hospital. And the church comes along and somebody comes along and I'm not left to die at home. Some time ago, a medical doctor died in his house because he had no friends. And the church, he was just a member in the church. Nobody knew him. And he was living alone, not married. He went home from work, exhausted, went to take his bath, and he collapsed in the bathroom. For 7 days, that doctor was dead in the toilet and nobody knew he was dead. All they knew was that the hospital was saying he didn't report to work. And then one guy that was so concerned left the hospital and went to his house to look for him. The house was locked. They say it cannot be normal. He told nobody where he was going. They had to break the door. And when they broke the door, they found him lying down on the floor. Because though the man was inside a building called church, he had no parent. Because if he had a parent, then social networking would have connected him in relationship to the parent in the church. Why are we saying discipling 12 people? So that you can relate with them. I call my disciples. When I don't see my disciple in a meeting we were supposed to do, I call them. After talking to them, I go to the house to confirm whether what he told me is correct. My goodness. That was the kind of person that God was. You remember that God did not see Adam in the place of their fellowship. Hello? Is somebody hearing me here? God did not see Adam in the place of fellowship. Did God go back to heaven? What did he do? Oh, God went around the garden. He said, Adam, where art thou? I need a pastor and a discipler and a parent that when they don't see me in church, I will hear their voice around my house. Where art thou? Believe me, if we begin to see that happen, church will become a family. Church was meant to experience koinonia. We cannot experience koinonia without relationship. Koinonia only happens because there are interactions. There are connections. Like God was in relationship with Adam. Adam, where art thou? I miss your sweet fellowship. I pray that we who have gathered here as leaders of our groups will begin to put on the compassion for the souls of men. That when we miss them, we will truly miss them and will start looking for them. Some of my disciples, 2 of them called me today. They said, we came to the office to check you. You are not here. Where are you? Because me, I don't announce where I go with my security consciousness. And all your kidnapping happening. When I'm traveling, nobody knows. My wife knows the day before I travel. And when I travel, nobody knows when I'm coming back. Except Ajibade and Pastor. I've heard so many terrible things happening. Where children are selling their parents. I have been involved because I studied negotiation as part of my schoolwork. I have been invited to negotiate with kidnappers by families. One of the family, when I went to negotiate with the kidnappers, what was I going to learn? It was the children of the family that told them when money was coming to mommy. And they told the kidnappers, if you come at this time, mommy will be standing in this place because she will be coming. It's her habit. You can just collect her. When you take the money, then we will know what to give you. And the kidnappers say, what are you talking about? The Fulani people say, we don't just kidnap people. Oh. People give us information. He said, we are middlemen. We are merchants. We are kidnapping business people. People employ us to work for them. When we finished it, the parents of the children denounced that child. They denounced him. You are no more in our family. Goodbye. So with all of that, I keep my dates close to my chest. Next week I'm going to be in Lagos. Okay, so I start organizing the activities around me to accommodate my absence. And they don't know why I'm organizing the activities like that. When I get to Lagos, then they know I'm in Lagos. But they don't know when I'm coming back. Not because I don't trust them. Because sometimes I don't trust myself, let alone every other person. Really. Sometimes I wonder whether I can trust myself. You know what the Bible said? The heart of man is desperately what? Wicked, including Mewa as his own. Because sometimes Mewa is planning really nice. I want to be kind to this guy. And then when I see him and his body language, it changes my mind quickly. And I ask myself, was it me that was planning to help this guy? What changed my mind so suddenly? So man is really dangerous. So God himself demonstrated to us that he is a relational guy. Believe me, there is nothing you do in life that relationship will not help you. Go to your toilet now and jump on the toilet seat and see what the toilet will tell you. Oh God, no be so. Because when that toilet breaks, you will be bleeding very soon. Because that seat will tear you. So when you enter the toilet, you don't kick the bucket. You carry tissue paper, you clean him, and the seat say, nice, good relationship. Very nice. And then you sit down carefully. And the toilet is a nice man. When you finish, you flush the toilet. And if it is not properly flushed, you fetch water, you add. The toilet is saying, thank you for cleaning me up. It is all the process of building relationship. And if you build relationship with your things like that, how do you think the work of God would be done without relationship? Why did Jesus call the disciples to be with him? I told you yesterday, if there is no being, there cannot be a doing. So Jesus called them to be with him 24 hours a day for 3.5 years. They ate together. They drank together. They quarreled together. And they settled their quarrel. Because part of the problem of relationship is that there will be conflict. Whether you like it or not, conflict will come. So get ready. If you're going to be discipling people, get ready for conflict. Because conflict will come. So part of what we do in our training is conflict transformation. Not the resolution part. You know, you either manage conflict, or you resolve it, or you transform it. I won't talk much about that. When we come for that training, we will tell you what those 3 things are. That's just to whet your appetite. Kawa. Yeah, the kewa. Good job. So prepare for conflict. People think that church should be a place where we are just clapping hands and nothing, no misunderstanding will happen. If you want to be part of this church, get ready for conflict. Because it is impossible for 2 human beings to meet together and there will be no conflict. Your mouth and your tongue, how do they survive? The other day I was eating food and my teeth mistakenly bit my tongue. I said, how could you do that? I mean, how could you be wicked to me like that? bite my tongue and now I'm in trouble. I can't finish the rest of the food. Let alone two separate people that came up from two different cultures. When you get married, you know, when I was getting married, I thought that, is that Lois? Crazy. One of my old disciples. Please give her a round of applause. Thank you for coming, Lois. Nice job. So I have another witness in the house that I can talk to, even though she's a very old disciple, you know. So, what was I trying to say now? When I was getting, say, Lois, see how you distracted me? When I was getting married, the way I was looking at my disciple and his wife, it looks like when we come for fellowship, that's the time they're kissing themselves. Maybe to tantalize some of us to get married. And so we got married, and we thought that marriage was, baby, I love you. Okay. We finished the wedding. We went to the moon. And we started drinking the honey in the moon. And then suddenly I began to hear. I said, what is that? They say we are the honey bees. I said, what did you come to do here? They say we are the one that laid the honey that you are drinking. We have just come to check you out. And if you misbehave, we will sting you. After 7 days, we went back home. Then, the bees became natural because the honey was almost finishing. You know, when the honey finishes, then you see the raw bees the way they really are. So, what was the first bee that I saw? Why are you putting your shoes under the bed? Is that how you people were taught in your culture? Put shoes under the bed? I said, where will you put shoes if not under the bed? She said, put them somewhere else. I said, where? Shoes are meant to be under the bed so that when you are looking for them, you just reach out and pull them out and put your leg. What are you talking about? First bees. And after that, I saw a conglomeration of bees coming to me. And I said, Father, help me now. Help me, Father. Deliver me, Father. I say, what now? It's not honey, baby, I love you. There is conflict. And so I had to learn how to manage, resolve, or transform my conflicts. So in discipleship, you will have to learn how to deal with these things. Let us look at Paul. You know, when we start talking about relationship in the church, people think that we are talking about boyfriend and girlfriend. And so those people who are over-righteous begin to make you feel like it's something wrong. You don't do relationship in church. It is a lie of the devil, and it comes from the pits of hell. And somebody asked me, am I supposed to love people apart from my wife? I say, you are a devil if you love only your wife. Paul said, owe no man anything except to do what? And if I'm supposed to love every man, why won't I love the brethren in the church? So when I tell a brother,